Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you the step-by-step for you to save a lot throughout your trip to Miami. So it's a very cool video, very complete, that we created to help you plan your entire trip to Miami, always saving the most, hiring the best services, and saving a lot when you're there too. So stay tuned because there will be quick tips, useful, and that will make a lot of difference in your trip. So check out the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, that's very important to us. Give the like in the video, so helps us any way you can, and buckle up. Well, this video is going to be a complete step-by-step video for you to plan your whole trip. So first, let's talk about the services that you need to plan to hire in order to travel to Miami, which are airfare, car rental, travel insurance, the cell phone chip, lodging, and how to get a lot of this much cheaper, saving a lot, and all the important tips you need to know. And also afterwards, the tips for you to save money when you're there, with the restaurants, with the shopping, with the discount coupons, with the meals, and finally with everything. You see that in the end of the video, you will save a lot and you will know all the main tips for your trip to Miami to be complete and awesome. And so let's go. The first thing you need to know, and that influences a lot on your budget and on the planning of your trip, is the season. If you travel during high season, which is the end of June and July, there's a spring break that sometimes happens. You need to check the week. Usually it's in March and April, and also in the end of the year, the last week, Christmas and New Year, it's much more expensive and much more crowded. These times ends up being more expensive. If you can have an opportunity to travel at other times, it will help a lot and it will make you save a lot in your whole trip. You'll be able to get the emptiest places and everything will be quieter. But if you can only travel during these times, because it's usually the school season, if you have kids, you can only travel in July or December. In January, no problem. We'll give you all the tips here to help you save as much as possible, even if you have these conditions that are not very good. The first thing you have to contract when you travel to Miami or anywhere else is the airline ticket. So the first and kind of obvious tip is compare all airlines. There are a lot of flights to Miami and there are lots of airlines that go there. So compare them all to see which one has promotions and better prices. We usually use a price comparison tool that does this job in 15 seconds. I'll leave here in the description of the video the link of this comparator and all the others that I'll mention here in the video. There will be the one for the car, the one for the travel insurance, the cheapest sites for the tickets, and finally everything that we'll mention here is on the description of the video. You click here below and show more, you see all the links organized correctly there. You can rest assured. Save this video and use it to plan your trip. You don't need to go back and listen to it all over again. So we use this comparator, it has everything listed and you already be able to see which are the cheapest flights. A few quick tips to save money on airfare. Night flights are usually more expensive because they are the best. The person goes, arrives sleeping, and the next day arrives there in the morning and can enjoy the first day of the trip. So try to look for afternoon flights, see if there is a very good difference or sometimes a big saving. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday flights are usually more expensive, so try to get the flights that leave on Mondays to Thursdays if there's availability, because it's already cheaper. And the connections also sometimes make the flight cheaper. Just do some research there to see the pros and cons. Also, don't take a flight that is a little cheaper and has several stopovers. You arrive very late, very tired, and we will lose travel time. So take a good look, but research a lot because sometimes it can come up. And the Advantage book, it's our experience. We never got a cheaper airline ticket by leaving it for later. Sometimes we wait for the dollar to go down to see if there's a promotion or not. From our experience, that made us save money was the anticipation. So the sooner you buy your airline tickets, for our experience, in the most cases you will pay cheaper. Yes, so buy in advance. Now, one item that will make you save a lot with this comparator, you can really save, is the rental car. Miami, Orlando, and all over California, in our opinion, are destinations that you need a car. Can you do without a car? Yes, but you also spend almost as much you would with a car. With displacement, with transportation, with cabs, Ubers, and so on, you spend too, and it's not so cheap. And the car helps you everywhere. There are the most distant beaches, which are the most beautiful and are in the north. There is the Sawgrass Mills outlet, which is the the biggest in Florida, and it's very distant. It's up there. There are several other places, and also the trip to Orlando, which is about 3.5 hours from there. So the car ends up helping a lot, and you can save a lot on the rental car. There's a price comparator that's sensational. You enter the date of your trip, and it does a search in all the car rental companies in Miami. It shows you the best options and the best prices. It's very good, and you save a lot just by using it. And the price you find with it, it's cheaper than with the car rental companies themselves, because they are very big. They have a very strong negotiation. They get incredible prices and promotions. It's always the best price. We always ran through them. I'll also leave the link here below. Take a look because it's much easier. You save a lot, super fast, booking super easy. And a tip, look for big rental companies to avoid headaches. The last few times we rented from the Alamo, which has good prices. It's one of the biggest, and it's very good in Miami and Orlando. But there are also dollar budgets, AV6, Thrifty, and there are several that are very good on the market. You have many to choose. And now a tip related to the car rental is a cell phone chip. When you rent a car, they offer you the rental for the GPS. You can get around because you don't know the city yet, you don't know where to go. But the GPS rental in the car, it's very expensive. It costs between $5-6 a day. If you travel for 10 days, it's $60. It's not worth it. And what do you do? Even with less than this amount, you buy a prepaid internet chip to use your cell phone at will during your entire trip. So you buy this chip and do not rent the GPS. Our tip is this, and you will have the chip to use the internet, to use social networks, the GPS. You can research the schedule, the places, the beaches, and everything you need without having to rent the GPS. You save this money and use it for the chip. I'll leave it here in the description of the video. Also, a very good partner that we use there. We have tested it several chips, and there were more than 6 different chips, and there is one that we love. We only used it in the last trip. It worked very well in Miami, everywhere, and on every beach we visited. It was sensational. They delivered it to us at home. We bought it in your country, and they already delivered it. We got it there using the chip. We found their service very good. Now, talking about travel insurance, for those who don't know, travel insurance is very important. You should not leave your country without it. In Europe, for example, it's mandatory, so important that it is. In the United States, it's not mandatory, but we recommend that you do it. We never left our country without one. It's very cheap, and people sometimes think it's expensive because of the coverage and everything it offers. But travel insurance, for those who don't know, covers for you any unforeseen event that you might have abroad. If you get sick, need a hospital, or hospitalized, or have a surgery or medical or dental appointment. If you lose your luggage, it will also reimburse you. And to get a good insurance in a good company that has a coverage of more than $30,000, which is what we recommend for medical assistance, because it's absurd there. If you need to go to the hospital, the prices are really expensive. So a coverage like this, a good insurance for a 10-day trip, costs $30. It's very cheap. With the comparator we use, we also use a comparison tool that compares prices in all companies. These comparators really find the best and unbeatable prices. With this amount, $30, you go there and have peace of mind, and it's per day. The more days you travel, the more expensive it gets, but get coverage for everything. It's very good, and we highly recommend that you don't travel outside your country without one. The best companies we recommend are the ones that always have the best prices in this comparator. Usually it's Travel-Ace and Assist Card, but there are some other 2, 3 also that are very big, so take a look. Most of them are international. They are very big companies, and very easy for you to Google it if they are trustworthy companies or not, so you can rest assured it's all very trustworthy. Now, talking about lodging is expensive in Miami. Just like New York and San Francisco, Miami has become one of the most expensive places in the United States. Compared to Orlando, it's much more expensive. Orlando has very good prices, and Miami has no way, it's more expensive. And the tips to save money are, everybody opts for Miami Beach. Most of the tourists who are traveling for the first time, because that is where the biggest tourist attractions are concentrated. That's the Miami Beach. It's a more lively and trendy place. If you can stay in the Brickell and downtown Miami area. For those who don't know, Miami Beach is an island which is connected by a bridge to Miami, the city of Miami, but it's all very close area to downtown Miami. It's right here at the end of the bridge, and Miami Beach here, so it's very close. We have stayed there several times in staying downtown. It's very nice. There are many cheaper hotels. There are hotels sometimes a little more corporate that people use because it's the financial center of Miami, so there are many cheaper options and good hotels with all the structure, with a pool, with a gym, with very nice rooms, and much cheaper than in Miami Beach. So take a look. you probably have rental cars, so it's even easier for you to get around the sensational area and the cheapest. Now, regardless of the region you're going to stay, a tip from us: rent as soon as possible. The advance on the lodging and the air tickets and on rental car makes you save a lot. Why? As they run our rooms, cars, and tickets, they raise the prices because they sell out. They really raise the price. So the theory with these services: rent as soon as possible, book as soon as possible your room. Our tip: we always use a search engine there, which is the biggest in the world. It has the most hotels registered. It's super reliable and everybody probably knows it. I'll leave the link here below as well. It has a very good deal of the hotels, which is practically the only one it has, which is free cancellation. It has a very good negotiation for being the best. So what do? Initially, we make the reservation and we already have the travel date. We go there, look for a good hotel and book it at the best price we can find at the moment. And then if there's a cheaper option or promotion, a change of place, a change of region, in short, any change, we make a new reservation and cancel this one at no cost. But at least you can guarantee that you won't get an absurd price later on, because the prices will go up and explode. So be sure to make a reservation as soon as possible. As we created a map, I'll leave it here in the description of the video as well. The nice thing about this hotel finder, we were able to customize a map in the Miami Beach area and one in this downtown area. It's the place that we think is the best possible location in Miami. You stay in this area that we delimit. It's a sensational area and the one we always stay in. You enter there, put the date of your trip, and search for the hotels that are available there. We use the filter that we always use, which are from the 3 stars up to 5 stars, from the hotels and guest ratings from 8 to 10, which are very good hotels, and you won't have any problems with any of them. They are totally the best and the price is good. And now let's talk about the things you save a lot when you are in Miami, starting with the beaches and the tours. There are very nice tours to do in Miami that you won't spend anything. For example, the Ocean Drive in Miami Beach. It's a sensational, super nice place that you can walk for 2 or 3 days at night. If you go there, there are things to see. It's very big and very cool. There are always people playing music. The atmosphere is very good because it's on the edge of the beach, and there is the sidewalk. It's very nice and very enjoyable. So take a look around there. It's worthwhile. Also about tours, there are the beaches. The beaches are very beautiful. There are beaches north of Miami that are 40 minutes away. Some of them are an hour away. There's Hollywood Beach, which is sensational. It's our favorite. There is the one in Fort Lauderdale. There is Haulover Beach. There are many nice beaches and all of them are far away. So when you travel there, you won't spend anything. They are cheap tours that don't need tickets. You only spend the gas, which is super cheap too. You spend a little and you only need it a good tip to save money in this place that are more distance. It's very difficult to find a place to buy food, and when you do, it's very expensive. And sometimes some of them, which are the ones with more structure, they rent chairs and sunshades for $15 a piece. So if you go with 2 people to get an umbrella and 2 chairs, it will cost about $40-50 to stay the whole day. It's not that cheap. And even converting it to our currency, so in Miami Beach it's like this and in those other beaches. So our tip is, when you arrive, go to Walmart or Target, which are the supermarkets there. You pay $30 for an umbrella and a towel. You'll be able to use it during your whole trip, so you save a lot and you will not need to rent chairs, and you can buy juice, water, snacks, chocolates, and anything else to take to the beaches as well. You end up saving a lot because they are expensive there. And just don't take alcoholic drinks because it's not allowed. In most of the United States, forbidden to consume alcohol on the beach, so you can't take alcohol there. In our country, it's very common to take the cooler with the beers and everything. Just take the non-alcoholic beverage. And also taking advantage of this tip, the water tip. Water in the United States, if you go to the tourist places, is expensive. A bottle of water with 350 ml costs sometimes $4 in the machines that are in the malls, outlets, and tourist sites for $5. If you convert it to our currency, it's very expensive due to the value of the dollar. So it's very expensive depending on the length of the trip and the number of people you're traveling with. If each person drinks 3 bottles of water a day, so you save a lot buying these places. In these supermarkets, you'll find crates that have 20 bottles and cost $4. It's an absurd difference. So also buy it on the first day, leave the crate in the hotel where you will stay, and every time you go for a walk, take 2 bottles in your suitcase, put them in your backpack. And also to drink at the hotel, because water is expensive at hotel too, so you end up saving a lot with this first purchase to make at the supermarket. So it's really good saving, and it's not a joke. You will see that's very different. You save a lot. Another tip is also in restaurants. Where you get there, if you ask for a bottle of water, they understand that it's a bottle of natural water. They bring a beautiful bottle. It costs $7-8. Water is expensive there. And what happens there, they have the custom of drinking water from the tap. It's a courtesy of the house and you don't pay anything for tap water. So when you ask for tap water, you have to ask for tap water, which is their tap water. It's filtered, they have the custom, it's different from our country that's not allowed, that it's super normal, they even drink it and almost nobody pays for a bottle of water. So ask for tap water. If you analyze $5, 2 meals a day is $10 in 10 days of travel, it will be $100 just with water in the meals. So ask for tap water and don't buy the water bottle, which also saves a lot of money. And there are many cheap fast food restaurants there. There is Five Guys, which you found sensational. It's the best snacks in my opinion. It's better than any expensive snacks, and for $7 you get the snack, the potato, the Coke, so it's very cheap. It's a tip. Go there because it's very good, and then tell us through social networks or here in the comments what you thought, because it's a very cool tip and it's my favorite restaurant. And Shake Shack is my wife's favorite restaurant. Lee's, which is also, I think it's very good. Those are two that are very cheap and very worth it, and you have all the cheapest restaurants. Pizza, it's very cheap there if you go to eat at night. Sometimes $8 you can get a pizza that serves up to 3 people. And if one day you go to the Ocean Drive, the restaurants there are a little bit more expensive. And a tip, walk in front of it. Some women try to call you and sometimes they have promotion. There's a promotion here, you buy a drink and you get another one, and the drinks there are big and they are expensive. It's $25, but it's a big glass that you can drink almost the whole night, or 2 people. So it's already a great economy. You pay instead of $50, $25. So keep an eye out for those promotions there on Ocean Drive. Most of the bars have a blackboard in front of them with the menu, with the prices for you to look at, so it's very easy and you can see which restaurant is the cheapest or not. And there is also a promotion for drinks explaining there. And now talking about shopping, how to save a lot with shopping, because who goes to Miami and doesn't shop? It's very difficult. We never met anybody who didn't buy anything, so the cheapest place of all is the Sawgrass Mills Outlet Mills, which is one of the biggest outlets in the world. It's huge, it's 1 hour away from the Miami Beach and it's very good. So our tip is, first, try to go there if you really want to shop, and try to do as much shopping as possible there because the prices are better, there are more promotions, discounts and so on. And then you leave it for the rest of the trip to go to the other malls, which also have good prices. The Dolphin Mall is very good. The Aventura Mall is a little bit more expensive, but not much. It's because it's a little bit more beautiful, it's in a more noble region. The Dolphin Mall is also very good, so go to the Sawgrass Mills outlet and to the Dolphin Mall afterwards to buy what you missed, and leave to buy one thing or another in the street stores, which are usually a bit more expensive. There is Collins Avenue. There are several famous avenues near Miami Beach which have several nice stores, but they always end up being a little more expensive. The Lincoln Road there is also very beautiful and very famous, but the stores have prices a little more expensive, but it's logical that one thing or another that you find cool and nice, it's worth buying. And the discount coupons, these outlets, the majority in the malls have discount coupons that really work. It's 15% in the main store, so you can go up to each one's website and see if there are any coupons available. It's super easy to find on the website. You print it out, take it with you and use it there on the spot. Well, and one last tip for those who like to go to a bar, to a club, to enjoy the nightlife there in the city. Things are expensive and the drinks are expensive there. So what we did when we went there with the intention of going clubbing, because we were younger and we didn't have Clarinho, we would go to a liquor store, put it in Google because there are several nearby. It's a store that only sells alcoholic beverage. Buy a small bottle. There are smaller bottles of vodka. They have all flavors and it's very nice to visit. You buy it and it's super cheap there, a bottle of vodka, and mix, leave it at a hotel. When you go out, it will make you warm up quickly, so you don't have to drink too much at the club or the hotel. And try to arrive early at the club. Sometimes you can give VIP entries, or if you make reservations in the club's website, sometimes you can get VIP entry until 11 o'clock. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us a lot. And if you have any comments, if you think we missed any tips, if you think it's cool or something you agree or disagree with, leave them here. Send us a direct message if you're going to travel there and have any questions. Add us on the social networks. We're always traveling the world, trying to show the travel tips there in a very cool way, and the routine with our little one. That's a blast. So send us a message there and we will answer you. And if you're traveling to Miami, post a story, some cool photo there, and tag @PyLorenzi and I'll repost it. We love to repost people using our travel tips. It's really cool to interact with everyone, show other people the tip and the places too. We really love this interaction, and we want to hear what you have to say to us.